Hello and welcome to IamRenew. Today we have with us Mr. Gregory Krupnikovs. He is the Business Development Director of Rika Biotech and also a member of European Biogas Association. Gregory is an expert, a think tank, and an authority on biofuels. Hi, Gregory. Welcome to IamRenew.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
To start with, I would like to know, that how's the biogas business scenario in Europe at this point of time?
Biogas, or rather biomethane, upgraded biogas into the grid, is booming. There are several reasons for that. One is that the whole trend going to green energy, renewable energy, waste management, etc. Second is energy security, especially in the aftermath and still continuing Russian invasion, of full-scale invasion and aggression against Ukraine. Very much curtailed Russian gas exports to Europe, almost, okay, not to a zero, but very substantially decreased. So Europe is looking for energy security, and within this energy security for green gases. So the European Union put a goal to increase tenfold biomethane production by 2030 and then go further. And a lot of work is going into that. So the biomethane business is booming in Europe.
Okay, so how do you see this trade-off between food security and the biofuels? Because food is also very essential for many of the European societies. So much of the food production is being diverted to biofuels production. How do you see that?
No. But here I think I need to correct you. There is a document called Annex 9 to European Renewable Energy Directive, which stipulates which feedstocks can be used for producing biomethane. And the short of this is any food for humans or feed for animals cannot go to the biomethane production. So using either waste like manure, like olive production waste, like orange pulp, like apple pomace, or residues like straw, which straw hasn't been grown as a food product. You grow wheat or corn or barley to produce food, and then you have straw, which is normally left on the field for organics. So we can use the straw, produce biogas, and bring digestate, or as it's called in India, biomanure, back to the field, and it will be even better than just leaving straw there. So there is no food or cattle feed going into biomethane production.
Okay, so Rika Biogas is already having a good run in European biogas market. And what motivates your strong interest in the Indian market?
I would say a couple of things. Number one, I think that today, due to a number of factors, and I'll come to that in a second, India probably is the biggest or the fastest developing biomethane or Bio-CNG market in the world. And this is due to the size of the country, the availability of the feedstocks like rice straw, like pressed mud, like spent wash, like food market waste, bagasse, etc. I can go on for probably 15 minutes just mentioning all the feedstocks available. And if we take, let's say, rice straw, then rice straw alone in India would be probably 150, 100 million tons a year. And that solves a couple of issues. Farmers don't have to burn it. They can use it, earn money on that. So it goes win-win-win for everybody, for climate, for the world, for farmers, for Indian government, for Indian consumers, for everything. So we see that as a huge market with an absolutely unlimited potential. Yes, we have a good run in Europe, but we see this market, and then why not? We have the capacity, we have the knowledge, we have a good representative in India, Kumar Nalendu. We're doing that, we're successful. Why shouldn't we do that? We're excited by the market. I've been to India many times. I love the country. I love what you're doing. So yes, it's again a win-win for everybody.
Adding to that, how does the bio-extruder specifically contributes to enhancing the, both the production and also the quality of biogas?
Quality, look, production of biogas from straw as such is problematic. I don't want to go into many technical details, but lignin structure, floating. So you just cannot dump straw into a biogas plant. You need to do something with it in any case. So
Yes.
extrusion provides for the highest biogas yield, biogas production per ton, but also makes production much more stable and easy to operate.
Okay, so if you yourself have said that you have visited India multiple times, and
Yes.
so my question is that that Indian biogas plants, they use a wide range of feedstocks, and the climatic conditions of the country is also very varied. So can the bio extruder serve as the ultimate solution for diverse feedstocks considering the Indian conditions?
For quite a number of feedstocks, not for all of them, obviously. For pressed mud, you don't need an extrusion at all. You don't need anything. You can use sugar mill pressed mud directly. Orange pulp, you don't need to do anything. Mango pulp, you don't need to do anything. Manures, you don't need to do anything. If you have manure slurry, if you have manure with straw, then extruder will be good. But for all lignocellulosing plant material like straw, like bagasse, like Napier grass, although I don't think Napier grass is a good solution for biogas, for all kinds of rice straw, wheat straw, maize straw. Yes, and rice straw probably is the biggest single feedstock available in India. So yes, extruder is not the ultimate. You don't need it for everybody, for every feedstock, but for quite a number of feedstocks, it will be beneficial. Yes.
Okay. So how scalable is bio extruder?
What do you mean by the word scalable?
I mean that in terms of capacity.
It's not scalable. You cannot build. You have unit size, and then you just put several units in parallel. That's it.
Okay, so that's how you scale up things.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So, what challenges you have faced in countries like India when you sell your products like bio extruders?
We had challenges, obviously, in any new market you come with bio extruder, and this is not a cheap unit. It costs money. It costs real money. It's not cheap, but the benefits are there. So first of all, you need to find your first client, your first customer, who will take the step of risking and doing that. And then this is probably the biggest challenge. The cost is a problem, not a problem, but it's a challenge, I would say, because in emerging markets, and here we come to the support scheme or the market for biomethane or Bio-CNG. In Europe, the market is probably, you can sell your biogas or biomethane or Bio-CNG at a price level which will be 2.5 times or 2 times higher than in India. So that allows you in Europe to use more expensive equipment. So in India, we needed to convince our partners and customers that yes, this can work even in Indian conditions, that yes, it can.
Okay. So, what is your present sales? What kind of business you are doing in India at present?
I think you should ask Nilendo. He will tell you more. But I think this year, 23, it was well over around 13, 15 extruders, and the plan for next year to reach at least 25.
Okay. So the government of India, has recently announced a policy measure that Bio-CNG will be mandatory blended in the natural gas.
Yeah.
And it will be done in a phase-wise manner. So how do you see this development and what kind of push it will give to your company or, players like you?
It will give a push to us indirectly, but we see from Indian biogas, Bio-CNG landscape that the plants are popping up very quickly. So this blending mandate, as we saw that in all European markets, and you have this blending mandate, especially for gas grid, but also for transport fuel, it immediately pushes the market very much, gives a kickstart to the market. So we expect this Indian government, we welcome it very, very much, to give an additional, beside the SATAT program, it will give a very significant push to the market moving forward.
And what are the other services which Rika Biotech provides, apart from bio extrusion technology?
In Europe, we are also developers. We have a number of joint ventures in several countries with local partners where we develop a big pipeline of biogas, biomethane projects in quite a number of countries, and we have tens of projects in our pipeline right now.
Okay. So among the developing countries, Gregory, could you please tell us, I mean, have you seen Bio-CNG really making a significant difference?
I've seen that in India, and I think that India is very, very much at the forefront of the whole thing. Several factors. One is availability. Second, historically, I don't know that I don't have the latest numbers, but when I was there around 2020, 2020, India had close to 5 million transport units on the road running on CNG. Between tuk-tuks, three-wheeled small units, and trucks and city buses and everything. So India had 5 million units on the road. India had CNG filling stations all throughout the country. So the infrastructure and the consumers, the clients for Bio-CNG were all there. Then Indian government came up with a SATAT program, which guaranteed, made the business secure for the developers, and that gave the immediate push. Okay, then came COVID, obviously, which slowed down everything. But after COVID, it continues with a very high speed and exponential speed, I would say now.
Okay. So adding to that, I have a question. I mean, you know that a product like CNG, it has transportation problem. So, and India also does not have a well-developed pipeline or likewise infrastructure. So what do you think could be the solution for this?
In India, you have road filling stations for CNG throughout the country. I've seen them from Ludhiana to Mumbai to Bangalore to Gujarat. Basically, every filling station, transport fuel filling station, the highway has a separate CNG nozzle.
Okay, so you mean to say that the Bio-CNG has to be utilized locally?
It can be utilized locally. One measure which can be adopted to do that, in Europe, you have, not only in Europe, in America, in Canada, in Australia, you have a thing which is called mass balancing. Because biomethane or Bio-CNG and the natural gas is basically the same product, exactly the same product. It's methane with the chemical formula CH4. So the difference is origin. One is fossil, natural gas, which comes from plants or animals which grew, populated Earth millions of years ago, and one is renewable. But otherwise it's the same. So if I say inject biomethane in Mumbai or Pune into the grid and take it out in Delhi, it will not be the same molecule, but it will be the same material. So you can account for that in this way, and probably you can extend it to a balance between CNG, Bio-CNG used for transport, and Bio-CNG in the grid.
Okay, well, there is another question that comes to my mind is that, you know, the Indian government has planned to set up near about 5,000 Bio-CNG plants. But at present, we have only a few. I mean, we can count on our fingers on some 50, 60 numbers that we have at present. Sizable plants.
I would disagree with you because the number of people approaching us regarding bioextruders who are either developing or have or a building or a developing or getting permits and everything for bioextruder for Bio-CNG plants in the past 2 or 3 months were probably around 20 or 30. So these are 20 or 30 emerging plants in the couple of last months. So I
Well,
would say, and talking to the Indian Biogas Association, talking to
mhm.
people from there, my feeling that it's not 50, 60, it's quite substantially more.
Well, these are the government numbers which has just been released. So, I mean,
Yeah,
these are the
okay.
plants which are completed, they are running. So
Okay.
my question is that, since from 50 we have to rise to 5,000, what do you think could be the challenges in the biogas industry which India could face in terms of technology and expertise?
Technology, I think there is a lot of technological expertise in India. We come with extruder, which adds to this thing. Probably there are a couple of other things, but basically, I think that India, with the technological base which is there, a number of EPC companies, technology provider companies for digesters, for mixers, for upgrading equipment, etc. India, to a very large extent, could be a self-sustaining market in that.
Okay, well, there is also, a growing concept called Make in India. Means
Yeah,
many
yeah.
companies, they come to India, they manufacture product here. Do you have any such plans of product localization in
We are
near
looking
future?
at that. We're definitely looking at that. And if the number of orders are sustained more or less at the level that we see now and expect in the next year or two, that we will start working on that, or local production, full production, partial production, but definitely that's a thing we will be considering.
Mr. Gregory Krupnikovs, thank you so much for talking to IamRenew.
Most welcome and hope to see you in India very soon.